I just realized I don't have shelf space for any of these books. Hello and welcome to Library Scented Life. My name is Sydney and today I have a book haul from Bookoutlet and 2 books from Indigo and then also a book from Amazon. So let's get right into it because I bought way too many books. So the first book I picked up was The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I picked this up from Indigo. I don't know much about this. I'm only about 50 pages in right now, but people that I've heard talk about the Way of Kings series or the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson have also recommended this as one of their favorite fantasy series, so I naturally picked it up because I was feeling like reading some fantasy. And in that same fantasy craving, I picked up Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This was in the YA section, so I didn't know Mistborn was actually a YA fantasy, so I'm interested to see the difference between Brandon Sanderson's writing for adults versus young adults. So I will be picking that up soon as well. I don't know why, but I saved like opening all the packages for the camera because I always find it more fun when the books are being taken out of a box. Like, why is that? Why do we enjoy watching people take things out of boxes more than just holding up books? Anyways, so I picked up the Dark Crystal Creation Myths graphic novel, the first one out of, I believe it's 3. So if you have ever watched the Dark Crystal movie, you might find that things don't really make sense, and that's because it was meant to be a carry-on of like the world. So the magic system in the world aren't really built in the movie. It's focusing more on the story and the downfall of the world, and they're trying to save it. So this graphic novel is kind of the writer of the world describing how the world came to be and like the magic system a bit more. And I found the Dark Crystal to be, it's really scary like to watch as a kid, but it's very intriguing and the world is really interesting, and the types of creatures are creatures you don't really see in any other kind of fantasy thing. So I'm really excited to dive more into this world. Okay, so now I'm gonna open my giant Bookoutlet box. So anytime I order from Bookoutlet, I totally forget what I ordered, even if it's only like 3 days later. So I remember like a couple things in there, but I don't really remember. So it's basically going to be a surprise. Okay, so the first book I see in the box is The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody. Ooh, it's an autographed copy? Where? Where is the autograph? Ooh, I've never had a signed book before. Hopefully I like it, so it's like, it means something to me. So I was watching Haley and Bookland's video on, I think it was summer reads that she was recommending, and she recommended this one. It's about a road trip, I believe, with their ex, and it's just talking about like love and life and loss and all that stuff. I don't know, it seemed like a contemporary that actually drew me in, and I like the vibe of road trippy kind of books, so we'll see what I think of it. This is one of the reasons I really love Bookoutlet, is because I'm always kind of surprised as to what's in the box, because I didn't know that was a signed copy, and this one I thought I bought a paperback, but it's a hard copy. So it's Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. I have never actually read this book. I've read parts of it by reading The Outsiders, I guess, because like that's a whole theme in there, is Gone with the Wind. And I think I've seen the movie when I was much younger, but I'm really excited to finally get through this, even though it's massive. So the next book I picked up was The Keeper of the Lost Cities. This is a middle grade series that I've been kind of interested into getting into, but I just never picked it up. So when I saw it on Bookoutlet, I picked up this one. So I don't fully know what this is about, but I'm definitely going to be reading this sometime soon. So the next book in there is The Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I have never read this series, even though it's really popular. I just never picked it up, so I bought this when I saw that it was on there, and I'm quite curious as to whether or not I'm going to like it, because YA books are like hit or miss for me, but it is a fantasy book, so we'll see. So the next thing I picked up was this Best of Archie Americana Golden Age. So it's from the 1940s to 1950s, the best comics of those times that were released from Archie. So I watched Riverdale. I think I watched like the first season, but I didn't really like it after that. I don't know, it got kind of weird, to be honest, but I grew up reading the Archie comics, and that's where my love for Archie stemmed. So when I saw that this was $2, I just put it in my cart, and now I have it. So the next book I got was Save the Date by Morgan Matson. When I made this order, I was feeling like reading some contemporaries, so I looked up some of the best ones of recent times, and this is one that came up. And also Peru's Project did a reading vlog on this, which made me really want to read it. So I picked this up. Wait a second, this one's signed too? Ooh. This takes place during a wedding and there's just like family drama and like everything goes wrong, and apparently it's a really funny read, so I am excited to get into this. I don't enjoy contemporaries that often and I really want to find some to love, so I picked up To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I've been meaning to watch the movie on Netflix, but then I couldn't bring myself to do it because I haven't read the book. But I'm actually going to try to read this and see how it goes. So next I picked up The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand. So this is a contemporary YA about grief and about moving on and living life even though you're grieving. I've enjoyed The Astonishing Color of After, which is also about grief and is also a contemporary YA, so I figured this might work for me as well. So the next thing I picked up was Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. I have never read this classic, and when I saw this really cute edition I decided to pick it up and that I should finally read it. Next I got Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I never read The Girl on the Train, but this book looked pretty intriguing and I'm always up for a thriller. I just realized how many contemporaries I bought. Who am I? Like, what is happening? I have so many contemporaries now. Okay, so I got All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. So this book, I believe, is about a married couple who are having issues and they're trying to figure those out and basically like start caring for each other again the way they used to, I guess. I don't know. It just seemed really interesting. I don't know where all this contemporary need is coming from, but we'll see. So the next thing I picked up was this beautiful edition of Strange the Dreamer. I heard a lot of good things about this when it came out. Jade over at Jaded Reader talks about it all the time. So many people love this book and I feel like I should finally read it. So the next book I got is called Smoke and Mirrors by K.D. Halbrook. So this book is a middle grade that follows a child who grows up in the circus and the attitude of the towns towards them and the attitude they have towards themselves because of growing up in the circus. I don't know, I really like circus reads. I think I would enjoy this. And the cover is absolutely beautiful and I just realized it's really sparkly. Yeah, so hopefully this is good. Okay, so next I picked up Keeper of the Lost Cities Exile, which is the second book in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series. I just realized I got a paperback first. The first book is a paperback and the second book is hardcover. If I do enjoy the series, I'm going to pick up either paperback or hardcover and swap it out and then continue the series from there. So the next thing I picked up was Watching You by Lisa Jewell. So this book is like a thriller, domestic thriller, so it's like there's a murder and there's secrets in the neighborhood and stuff, and I don't know. I like thrillers. And the last book that I picked up was An Unwanted Guest by Sherry Lapina. So this book I was going to buy full price at Indigo. Every time I saw it when it came out, I really wanted it. It seems like something like a good winter read and it's a thriller, so all me. So I'm just gonna read the tagline. A weekend retreat at a cozy mountain lodge is supposed to be the perfect getaway, but when the storm hits, no one is getting away. Ooh, I don't know much more, but it seems really cool. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what your most recent book purchases that you are excited for, as I am excited for all of these new books. I am so excited to see you in my next video. Bye!